Welcome back to the Balls Not Court podcast. Cortez, Paul, and Kevin Carter as usual, but at a different location, at a return location, Custom Cutx, barbershop.
And a return. It came back.
Yeah, it came back.
It came back.
The podcast.
It returned.
It returned.
So we came back to it.
That's getting picking on me right
I gotta teach Cortez. Cortez talks about as good as some of these guys on our sports talk radio station.
Hey, hey man.
In Jacksonville. What'd that idiot say?
It was like a win. Something about like he used the day. It really
He said it wasn't as cold this Thursday as it was yesterday. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? All you had to do was say it wasn't as cold today as it was yesterday.
That probably would have made a little more sense.
Dumbass.
But Kevin is the grammar and as he is.
No, I'm not, because I sound worse than anybody usually talking.
But anyway, let's talk.
I just like it when we all flutter over ourselves.
Yeah, we're what, almost 6 episodes in, so we should be professional. We should be good at this by now, right?
No.
Kevin's like, no. All right, man. Let's talk a little bit of basketball.
But
man.
it's that what makes it fun.
I hear you that, man.
Not being good at it.
All right, man. What's your thoughts about? Because we're still early into the NBA season. And I know how much you are waiting to Christmas come around, and you can actually fully.
So you know how much I don't give a crap about 4 games.
I know you don't, but you know as you see,
My bad.
I have been messing up your DVR. Watching the games from my computer.
Oh my god!
And so I mean, I feel bad. Man.
And then you just messed up my viewing enjoyment last night over a game you couldn't even get excited for off a buzzer beater. I'm like, God damn! Really?
You think my team will win, and I'd be happy about it. Shout out to the Magic fan right there.
Unless you just want to, y'all are having a happy Thanksgiving game. Between y'all and Philadelphia 76ers.
It was us between Philly. Somebody had to get a win between that somebody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Tonight. And it happened to be us to get a win. I didn't like how we got it. I didn't like the play that was drawn up. It just seemed like it was a shot, just forced it. And if some competent defender that was able to defend on the wing were able to block that, playing someone, I don't know, I just wasn't happy about the play. But, of course, shout out to my Magic followers on Twitter because they blew up and, you know, I should have been more excited about it. I mean, it is a win, man.
We won a game! We won a game! You were friggin' 4 games into the season.
I'm going to tell you what, man. And Kevin heard me he's probably laughing at me because I'm sitting here watching Everett Payton. And every time I'm like, oh, my God, dude, this dude's a player. I just kept saying retarded stuff.
A little ways into it, he actually went to the bathroom. and Cortez came out breathing heavy after he went to the bathroom. I do not know what went on in the bathroom, but it was right after he was talking about Peyton. So I don't know. Man crush maybe. I don't know what happened, but
I tell you what, man, I'm watching this guy last night, and I have just Derek Armstrong came to mind when this guy was diving on the floor for the balls.
Yes, because Peyton is short and chubby.
Well,
and bald. He definitely ain't bald.
I want to talk about his look, man. I'm just talking about his hustle, man. His hustle was contagious. And apparently, Tony.
Well, it wasn't contagious because the rest of the team didn't do it.
The rest of them didn't do it. But,
so it was.
But there was a lot of energy on the Magic bench. Is what I meant to say by him doing it. There was a lot of energy that he didn't. It was just great because he was diving on the floor. There was Walton actually drove by him and he reached from behind and snapped the ball. I went bananas, dude, and I couldn't scream as loud as I wanted to because out of respect, Kevin's wife and son was going to sleep, so I couldn't really get as loud as I want to. But I about flipped when I saw that.
And he had a penis in his mouth.
Oh my God! But I'll tell you what, man, this kid Peyton is going to be special, and I cannot wait to see him and OD come play together in that backcourt. That defense is going to be very fun to watch for those two guys in the backcourt. But you know what? The basketball season is still young. We got our first win.
Yo, no.
And
no, we're only friggin' 5 games into an 82-game season.
But Golden State had a crazy game last night as well. Beating the Clippers, got hot, shooting threes as usual, out of place, everything like that. So then I want to give a shout out to Sacramento too, man. Sacramento has been playing great ball. DeMarcus Cousins. If someone had learned something from that USA World Cup basketball, that guy's benefited so much from it.
I don't know because I don't watch their stuff because their stuff doesn't come on until 1 in the morning over here.
I tell you what, man, the kid is, and I hope his new demeanor keeps up because we all know how quick he is with his attitude and how he doesn't really control it, but
he snaps
quite often. So, but yeah, man, they're looking pretty good. Kobe and the Lakers, 0-5.
You were expecting something different.
I mean, everybody's bragging about Kobe scoring as many points, but
who cares?
I mean, is it really efficient enough?
Basketball is not about one player.
No, it's not.
Basketball is a team game. Ask Cleveland. Ask Cleveland how much of a team game it is.
Right.
They're playing like doo-doo. They're playing like doo-doo because everybody thinks that they still can keep doing what they're used to doing.
LeBron got into Kyrie because Kyrie hasn't had an assist in 6 quarters.
He's Russell Westbrook.
And so LeBron and Kyrie had a little discussion after the game. And he was trying to get in the car like, listen, man, you have to be yourself. You have to realize that, yes, these shots are falling in, but are they falling in the part of the game here? And this is what Kevin was basically preaching to before. Like, listen.
In order for you to succeed in that kind of atmosphere, when you have supposedly these big dogs, I don't consider Kyrie Irving a big dog. I'm not going to consider him a big dog because he's not. There was a total big, gigantic difference between going to Miami and going back home. A big, gigantic difference. Kyrie Irving is not Dwayne Wade, nor will he be Dwayne Wade. Kevin Love is not Chris Bosh, nor will he be Chris Bosh. I'm sorry, Chris Bosh is a better ball player than Kevin Love. Kevin Love was a pat statter and was the only dude on his team in Minnesota. Put up the same exact stuff that Chris Bosh did in Toronto. Chris Bosh went to the playoffs. Kevin Love didn't sniff the playoffs. Chris Bosh now is averaging 20 and 10 again. Kevin Love didn't. I tried to tell everybody it's a completely different scenario than when he went to Miami, bringing people together. It's a completely different scenario. In Miami, you were bringing people together that already have been in the league and that wanted to win championships. In Cleveland, you brought him back into a guy that's still young, has barely got his nose wet in the NBA because he's always been hurt and he hasn't played that much. And then you're talking about a dude in Kevin Love who basically is almost the same thing. He's been hurt, he's played a lot, but he hasn't been to the playoffs. It's a completely different scenario between the two. There's going to be more struggle. And somebody said it takes 20 games for them to figure it out, for them to gel. No, it's going to take a lot more than 20 games for them to figure it out and gel. Yeah. They're in trouble. And I'm going to say it until they prove me wrong. They are in trouble. Waiters is not a pick and pop league. Waiters is not a go spot up and shoot a jump shot guy. He's not. That's not what his game is. Their bench is old as dirt. Jesus is their 12th man. It tells you how old they are. And really, Jesus may be their 12th man come later on in the year if Ray Allen goes back up there. But is Ray Allen going to go back to that? Why are you going to go join a team if that's going on there? They're old. They're old in the tooth on the bench. They can't survive with that. The main reasons LeBron said he wanted to leave Miami. One, he was playing too many minutes. Well, how's that working out for you? Because you're playing the same amount of minutes you did in Cleveland that you did in Miami. Two, their coach is not made out for NBA. You cannot bring a foreign coach with no NBA experience over here, give him this type of team, and expect him to have instant success. Because he doesn't know how to coach these guys. He does not know how to coach alpha males. He's been coaching foreign ball. He's not been coaching LeBron James and all. He hasn't been coaching these guys. It's hard. It's a lot different coaching foreign than coaching in the NBA where you have alpha males. A lot different. Number 3, the guys are not set up the same way they are in Miami. They're not just looking at dudes in the first year in Miami. They were looking at each other and giving each other turns. They're not even doing that here. LeBron has been so much out of the game that he goes and stands in the sidelines and wants them to do it on their own to figure it out. He can't do that.
He can't do that.
You cannot do that. That is not being a leader.
Right.
That is not being the leader that you supposedly are. You cannot go and do that and expect your team to succeed.
See, I watch this game and I'm looking at it, and when I'm pulling this up here and trying to take Kyrie is still in this mode where he's trying to break bad habits. You know, this is a team that needs to be predicated on ball movement, and you need to instill these 3 guys and be unselfish. This is what LeBron trying to instill them. You can't sit down on the side and just sit here and let them shoot the ball. You have to eventually lead. You know what? Dwayne Wade wasn't scared to tell you, you know, this is how I did it. This is how I won my first championship.
And speaking of that, does this go to show that maybe, just maybe, LeBron wasn't the leader of that team in Miami? That the real leader of that team in Miami was Dwayne Wade? On and off the court, that real leader was Dwayne Wade? And that the Dwayne Wade presence being missing and him not having that guy to go to is hurting LeBron?
And this is a curve that LeBron, listen, this is where you have to instill what you learned from Dwayne Wade. And you need to figure out how to lead this team. Because you're still the best player in the world. You still need to figure out how to lead this team.
And he's no longer now the little brother to Dwayne Wade. He's now the big brother to all these other people.
Big brother to these guys.
He's the big brother to all these guys right down there now.
So these guys them do the crap same the Deion Waiters talking about, oh, I'm gonna catch and shoot. I'm not a pick and pop guy.
Yeah, I'm not.
This
I'm
stuff
not
cannot
that
get.
kind, I'm not that
This
kind
stuff
of guy.
should not crack through the media. Then you got Kyrie Irving who's having issues passing the ball. Hasn't passed the ball in the last 6 quarters when they play. That's the issue. They got beat on a buzzer beater. Gordon Hayward.
Yay! Earn his money.
Earn his money.